Hi everyone, it's Ray or Bowdy, and today I have a really fucking cool thing to review, or really just give my first impressions on, and it's the Wallhack Skypad 5.0. I've been wanting this pad, or just a glass pad in general, for so long now, simply just because I'm a rated main, I'm a speed pad enjoyer, and if it has more speed, bro, I'll take it. I will say, this is not as fast as I thought it would be. Like, if I had to say, this is like a faster fresh Raiden, and I'll go on about that more as I like play while talking. Um, so you know what type it is. It's time for RoboQuest. Um, there is some things I want to go over. I'm gonna just play on easy mode so I can target switch, right? Bruh, 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 bruh. So, the things I want to go on about. First of all, this pad has made me realize how ridiculously bad my tension management is. Like yesterday, aka the day I got this pad, I just could not track to save my life. Right? When I was in Kovacs, I actually was having the most difficult time of my life, and I couldn't understand what was wrong, right? So I kind of stopped for a bit. I thought, okay, well, what the hell is going on here? And I realized what was happening is I am just pressing so hard into the pad, right? And it's just like, even since on cloth, at least you get like more friction, so it helps you aim, especially on the mid hardness pad. So the slowdown is not as exaggerated as in something like a soft or a soft pad, right? And it was fine. It didn't exactly stop me from being a quote-unquote good player, right? But on here, it made me realize it so much. And I gotta say, how do you say this? I really wanna get that like point straight. It's just a skill issue at the end of the day. If you don't have that problem, you're not gonna have this problem. But it's good to the pad like made me realize that I have something wrong with my technique. So at the end of the day, I just learned something new, and I learned something new, and it'll eventually, the more I work on it, it'll just make me a better player. So I guess you could look at it as a con, but to me it's a pro. And speaking of like target switching and clicking / flicking, it is not easy on this pad. And like, I know I said it's like quote unquote just a faster fresh Raiden. The thing is, we are talking about fresh Raiden, right? The viscous friction sheet does list the skypad 4, which is the same texture / surface as this one, as like way fucking higher than the Raiden, or way lower, excuse me. So I was like really surprised, but the more I played with it, I'm like, okay, like comparing this to the Raiden is kind of critical. The best way I could describe this is compare like the Artisan Zero to a mud pad, right? It's just not the same thing. Maybe that wasn't the best, like, I'm so fucking confused. Regardless, one more thing I really want to mention about this pad is how skate sensitive it is. It's actually like night and day. When I got here, I was running like slightly worn, like silent auto-guide silences, right? And I don't know, I was like, this pad is not as fast as I thought it would be, right? But then, like a little after that, I decided, wait, let me just change to the RS since Pingofi said it was her favorite skate on glass. So I thought, okay, I don't really like the silences on this. I'll just change to the RS, and holy crap, was it night and day. And obviously, skates being night and day is not really that confusing, even coming from cloth. But I did not know it was like that big of a difference, like that. Like the definition of night and day really does apply here. And yeah, what else do I want to add? I really want to add the fact that the dust problem is really fucking real. So if you are like me and you live in like a country like Egypt, dust is just an everyday thing because of the weather. You will struggle. You have to wipe this shit. Like I have to wipe it like every time. Like I can't. Okay, so I was playing Overwatch yesterday. I was like wiping it after each game, just so I don't get like that cursed mouse input, and which is funny actually, because when I first got this pad, I was like, man, this pad has a really weird graininess to it. Right? I'm pretty sure this is like a smooth surface, right? What is this graininess coming from? And I realized, because it was opened in the customs, right? I didn't unbox it, the customs did. I realized, oh, there is already dust on the pad. So, that sucks, right? But that's not really our problem. So I wipe it down, and the graininess, I want to explain how that feeling feels, but like, there isn't really a good word for it. Like, I could say graininess, but yeah, graininess is probably the best word. But if I had to explain it in a way anyone could understand, is think of just like chalk on a board. It really is like that bad. So yeah. I will also want to talk about. I really also want to talk about why I wanted to get a glass pad. Well, if I want to talk about it, I need to talk about why I like the Raiden in the first place. I always liked the Raiden because I felt like it didn't hold me back. I feel like I have the most potential with that pad. But that pad had a really, really annoying problem where it had no fucking durability. Right? So like, it was nice for like the first few months I had it. But then, over time, it really just became like a mid-tier control pad. So, it kind of lost why I liked the pad. And obviously, I don't have money to buy a new pad every like 6 months or so, right? So, in my opinion, it was just like, okay, I'll get a glass pad. Since this one doesn't have a coating, it should survive with me forever, right? And I really hope that rings true, because I feel like if I get used to this pad, I could definitely main it. I should probably compare to the Raiden, since that is my main. And I guess some people could use that. If I had to say, by feel, I would say the dynamic friction feels similar, but how do I say this? Like, it feels similar, but it does not stop your mouse. I really do not know how to explain that. And for a person who's like first time on glass, the what was it called? The static friction on this is confusing. Because I heard, like, when I was listening to Pingify talk about her experience with the skypad 4, which again is the same surface as this, she said that she could not control it. She could not control it at all. And I was surprised, because this feels reasonably controllable. Like, my first impressions when I got this, I was like, hey, this is, well, this is not slow compared to the Raiden. It sure as hell is balanced. I could learn this if I tried. So yeah, if I really wanted to, which I want to, if I keep playing on this pad, I will surpass my scores on the Raiden for sure. And yeah, I just want to say that about the Raiden again. The durability thing is just honestly awful. And I feel like that is a con that comes with every cloth pad. And it's just like, it's like spending so much money on a pad that will eventually just become mid in a bit, right? And I know I live in fucking Egypt. I should not be buying this stuff. It's so expensive to me. So in my opinion, it just makes more sense that I'll spend more money on something that will stay with me for a long time. And also humidity, just like weather in general. Yeah, that shit is a bit cooked. I've already beaten like solid scores with this Kovacs, and I am having so much fun with it. Which brings me to another thing I really wanted to talk about, is smoothness. One thing I have been noticing is like how many like smoothness mains have been switching to glass, and it makes sense to me. It's like, to me, when I think of like raw smoothness, it's like, this is a category that like you need control for, no? You need a guiding force. But then my good friend Bonky got his polarity, right? And he started being like crazy. And if you don't know Bonky's a really good like vertical smoothness player. So for him to start like surpassing his own scores on like glass, a surface with like no help, didn't make sense to me at first. So I started thinking about it more, and I realized I think the reason so many smoothness players prefer glass over cloth now is just the surface consistency. One thing I had with the Raiden is like, as it wore down, the surface became uneven, right? And as it became uneven, it became harder to control the mouse pad, because it really just felt like, how do I say this? It felt like sometimes if I want to speed match, I need to go faster or slower on specific parts of the pad, and that was it was hindering me. It goes back to what I didn't like about the Red Dragon Flick, but the Red Dragon Flick is a fucking Heian clone, which is that feeling of sometimes having to fight the pad to do what you want to do. So Yeah, that is one thing that really bothered me. But I don't feel that on glass, at least not yet. I mean, it's glass it shouldn't wear, so I'm expecting I'll never feel that. At least I hope. Like, I don't know. But yeah. So takeaways. This pad is really skate sensitive, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm really excited to just play more with it and improve my playstyle with it. And I know my friends have been telling me my clicking is gonna be destroyed because of that pad. I just PB'd on per click yesterday, and it wasn't that hard. It's just the thing that I encountered when trying to click is I usually with the Raiden I would switch to my arm, so my arm takes away like tension from my wrist and finger since I fingertip grip. But now I can't do that because now there's nothing stopping my mouse. I'm sorry. So what happens is my fingers ends up just doing way more, exerting more tension to keep the mouse steady, and it ends up just like really giving me these horrible tension spikes. So, like I said, this pad has made me realize that my tension management is not as good as I thought. And I think that comes back to me being unathletic. So, we really need to lock in on that part. But yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say. I really want to say something nuanced, but I don't think I put enough time into this pad to say anything like nuanced. Do I feel like this pad will present more problems in the future? Honestly, probably. But does that make it a bad pad? In the case of glass pads, I feel like these kind of issues are, and I'm sorry, skill issues, right? If you really need a really high degree of mouse control. Well, not just to make it work, but to achieve the highest possibility on this, because I remember Lockpile saying something along the lines of, like lighter mice in glass pads are like aim amplifying tools. If you're aiming good, you're gonna be aiming really good. If you're aiming shit, you're gonna be aiming really shit. So, I always like that, because it is really fucking true. That's how I feel with the HTS, and I think that's how I'll feel with the glass pad. And oh, I need to mention arm stickiness. Even a really smooth surface like the Raiden, the arm stickiness problem, even with the sleeve, was just like horrible. On here, it's just non-existent. I have tried using this pad with like without a sleeve, but I can't even not use a sleeve on cloth, so it's just impossible for me, regardless. So. What else? What do I want to say? Quality of life. I hate that this pad is not 50 by 50. I feel like at this price range, this pad has no excuse to not be 50 by 50. Because it's a really big price to ask for, like, to be 100% honest. Like, what, base no bundle is like 130, right? Or 120? I feel like with that price, you should 100% be giving me a square size. But obviously it doesn't really bother, as long as the horizontalness is like 50, I'm happy. But again, like, it's just like, it's something we should not be letting just like slide that easily. it's a really expensive, really premium priced pad, just for it to come out in like an XL size. It really should come in, like, I feel like square size should be the new standard, but oh well. What can you do about it? Another thing, I really like the edges. I really like these tapered edges. I really think they add a lot to the experience. And they are very comfortable. I don't feel them at all. Very chill to play on. I'm sorry, I'm too locked in. But yeah, I don't think I really have any much more to say about this, other than it's a really good pad. But I feel like for the price, we should be expecting a little more. And by that I mean just like square size, and not just giving me samples of fucking mouse skates. Like come on, man. What is this, right? What is this? But yeah, I haven't tried these skates yet. I don't exactly plan on using them, because as far as I'm concerned, the Silent PTFE ones are just ultra glide silences, and the UHMP ones are just like, you can get those off AliExpress for like fucking $4, you know? It's not that deep. So yeah. I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you had fun listening to me just yap about this. I hope I can make more videos about this. I'll be making a video about the HTS soon, but I can't put my mind on this mouse. It's so confusing. I like it, but I hate it, but I love it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so confusing to me. It's a really weird mouse, but I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I'll talk about it when I get to that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's just like, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care. See you. Bye bye.